description.
Wrong house. I'm so sorry. Wrong house. Wrong house. Sorry.
Alright, hey, this is Hans with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. Today we got one from China. This is Kuan mashed pea with Chongqing noodle, hot and spicy flavor. It's from a company called Sichuan Baija, and they've been around for a long time. And it seems like they're changing all their packaging and everything to being Kuan. So that's a thing you now know. Comes with a snappy little fork and a wrapped thing of noodle. So wow, what a day it was yesterday. On the first one of these shows that I did, here, let's turn this down. On the first one of the shows that I did yesterday, I usually do 3 a day. The first one, so we started things off with, I spilled a ton of noodle and liquid. Luckily, it wasn't enough to like mess with the tasting and the review, but that was really irritating and that sucked. It was so bad I had to mop the floor. Okay, what do we got here? That looks like regular veg combination deal thing. This, however, I think may be the mashed peas. It feels more powdery, but not like soup-based powdery. Maybe this will be the soup-based and the other one that seems powdery be the mashed peas. Give it a sniff. Oh, that's the peas. Wow. So this is going to be... I did one recently that was like blah, 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 blah with potato powder. And I'm pretty sure... I mean, that one was really, really thick. It was like, hey, this is something I whipped up after I went out drinking all night. And I came home and, oh, look, there's mashed potatoes. Oh, look, there's a can of Campbell's soup. Oh, look, there's a pack of ramen. It was that kind of thing. It's like, dude. I know somewhere there's like a repository for images people have taken of their drunken fine chef skills. That's fascinating. I'll admit, when I was younger, I did a couple things like that. Oh, yeah. I would have to say one of my favorite things to make after hanging out with fools at the bar was to come home, turn on the George Foreman, slap on a chicken breast, and put on a whole bunch. So I'd have the sweet, like the sushi ginger, right to there. And 5 minutes. And I'd put on the sushi ginger. And well, what I would do actually, I'd pour the liquid from the sushi ginger. I feel like I can't say sushi, but I think I'm saying it right. Sushi. But I would do all that up, and it came out really good. And I'd put more sushi ginger, the actual stuff, on top, and I liked it. That sounds really good. In fact, another thing I used to do is take rye bread, a ton of mayo, a bunch of liverwurst, and this pickled ginger, the sweet stuff. That was a pretty good sandwich. Yeah. But yeah, it was a Chinsu pho story. So it was a pho. And it was a beef pho. And it was actually not bad. It had like this weird aromatic, what have you, of coconut with it, which is Not the normal deal, but nothing wrong with not the normal deal. But it spilled because the cup that I had it in, when I peeled the label off, the cup got a little compromised. So I'm like, oh, what I ought to do is pour this into my hot water pot and do that. So I did it, and I think it was just user error. I don't know what else it could have been, but I'm generally good at such things to some degree, but it went everywhere. And then 5 minutes later, I hear a strange voice in my living room saying, "Oh, wrong house. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." So some lady, I didn't lock the front door. This has never happened before. I never locked the front door. Some lady thought that probably thought this was her apartment and walked in, and then realized my son is sitting on the couch in his pajamas with a tablet and a laptop sitting there like Mr. Business, all reclined, probably just staring at him with just like big bug eyes. Later I was like, so what did she look like? She had shoes. That was the first thing he said. I'm like, okay. She had a shirt. Okay, did it say anything on it? Did it look funny? Did she look old? What color hair did she have? What did she look like? I was about to. So I'm guessing, did she have a face? You know, but whatever. This is interesting, thick stuff. And it's almost done. But yeah, so both of those things happened while I was taping, and that's where the intro for today's episode came from. Just so you know. Last night, my wife took my daughter to softball practice, and me and my son Miles were kicking it here. And like I've been saying, I've got that old record player, the Victrola. And so I was like, you know, I'm going to take the motor board out. So you've got a crank on the side. If you do it opposite direction, it unwinds it, and you can pop out the winder. And then on top, there's 2 thumb screws. And then you just like tilt the thing back and then pull it up, and you can flip it over. There's the motor just right there on a board, and it's greasy, like with ancient grease. It's got a little label that says use pure Vaseline and Victor brand special gear oil and stuff. But yeah, the outro for this episode is that, and the intro for the one after that will be that thing too. It's really neat, and actually the outro, I did that at I recorded it at 240 frames per second. So if I put it down to 30 times 8 is 240. So I get a slow-mo, like super slow-mo, 8 seconds per second. So it's really cool. I love it. And it looks like it's moving pretty fast, but actually that's like 12.5% speed. You wouldn't be able to see that weird little cup-looking thing moving around at all if I just recorded it the normal way. But anyways, look at this. This is sloppy. I gotta use an egg in it too. It smells very much like pea. Not like people pee, but like green pea. You guys gotta get your minds out of the gutter. This smells like pea. Actually, I've had varieties that really don't seem that much different than... Yeah, anyway. Let's give it a try. Wow. That's freaking really, really sloppy and thick stuff. The noodle's all right. It hydrated very well. crap. I got stuff on my clean shirt. Hello? Is anybody there? I got stuff on my clean shirt. Wow, and it's like really, really obvious and horrible. I don't want to change my clean shirt, but I suppose my wife will have to shout at it. I think that's like the best name for a product. Shout. The only way you could get better is having a cleaning product called Yell. Do they ever make that? There's cheer, there's shout. What about scream? Well, scream this out of your clothing. All that sloppy eating you people do. I think I need... Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't get dizzy. Look away if you're easily nauseated. Take some anti-nausea medicine. There you go. I know you have it sitting right next to you. Look at that. Wow. That is as gloppy and thick as possible. Honestly, I'm like, here's our broth. It's good. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not fooling. It's actually pretty good. I've been really enjoying trying these Kuan varieties because they've got some really interesting stuff. That one's a trip. The mashed potato one's a trip. All right, here comes the first of the last two eggs. Wow, that's going to be dark. Egg of one. Yeah. They would just have to get chucked tomorrow. I mean, see how dark? That's soy sauce. Coloring it that dark. If you're wondering how I do my soft yolk eggs, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. That's it. And then I drop them in a mix of water and soy sauce, and that's it. I don't go and spend the money and go get the mirin and the this and the that. 99% of the time they don't get eaten anyways. I'm not into the whole... And honestly, I used to do that with the mirin and thises and thatses. And I found that honestly, just using soy sauce, it's not a huge diff. If I want really tasty eggs that are different, I'll just go to the store and buy a bag that has tea eggs in it because they're already made and they're all ready to go. You just got to shell them. And they have that neat pattern, that cracked pattern on them. But did I put a new battery in this? I don't think I did. We'll see what happens. Well, cool. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll have to put a new battery in the old Rotato here because I know it ran out yesterday and I didn't do that. For the next episode, this is Kung Fu by Wei Wong of Taiwan. It's chicken flavor, artificial. And that'll be on the next episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This has been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.